Met Office red alert.
Brutal temperatures.
Dangerously high temperatures.
Real heat by day.
High temperatures. Very warm and hot.
Red warning for extreme heat.
Today was potentially going to be Scotland's hottest ever day. By mid-morning, only in this fine country would you find this. Here are 5 things that I learned from Scotland's hottest ever day.
I got this rock right in my bum, 34 degrees.
The first one being that rain perhaps should not have been a surprise. This grey beach was not really what I was expecting to capture by late morning. At lunchtime, it was starting to warm up, and I decided to climb Salisbury Crags, which is definitely one of my favourite spots in Edinburgh, due to the amazing panoramic views you get at any time of year.
Today is officially the hottest day ever in the UK. For the whole of this morning, it's been actually really cloudy. It's been warm, but probably temperatures around 18, 19 degrees, which is average for this time of year. So whilst the rest of the UK is basking in this heat wave, in Scotland, not so much. The clouds are mostly past now, so we are expecting it to be super hot this afternoon, possibly approaching 32 degrees. If it gets to 32.5 degrees, I think that would be a record for Edinburgh. The Scottish record is about 33 degrees, and we're expecting that to be beaten at some point today. If you notice that I have a very calm and relaxed demeanour today, that is because my wife and 2 little boys have gone away for the week. This is the first time this has happened, but Kirsty, my wife, has taken them down south to stay with her parents whilst I'm up here in Edinburgh working. Kirsty will inevitably watch this video and she will ask me to explain what I mean by the inverted commas. But it's quite nice to just be able to do exactly what I want, even if this stifling heat is kind of making it less pleasant than it could be.
My lunchtime trip up Salisbury Crags provided me with my second valuable lesson. There's a very good reason why you're advised to avoid the midday sun on hot days. Calton Hill is always my top recommendation to anyone new to Edinburgh who wants to get a feel for the city and a sense of its geography. It has a mesmerising beauty. This view has been seen on 1,000 postcards and yet never gets old. I've always said that when the sun is shining, I don't think there's anywhere in the world more beautiful than Edinburgh. And this third lesson was confirmed to me on Scotland's hottest ever day.
This is a very unscientific test, but my thermometer says it's now 34 degrees. Don't think that's quite right. You can take that with a pinch of salt because this has been in my pocket for the last 5 minutes, but it's certainly getting very, very hot.
Whilst the temperature in the sun is pushing 34 degrees, in the shade it's more like 31. Hot enough for both humans and seagulls alike.
Predictably, I'm absolutely roasting, dripping in sweat after that. Inside my car, it's not much cooler. Air conditioning doesn't work.
And there's the fourth valuable lesson I learnt today. Not getting the air conditioning fixed in my car was one of the biggest mistakes I've made this year. Early evening, I set off into the Pentland Hills in search of a sunset.
It's not until you get into the evening that I think you can really appreciate how hot it's been today. It's now 7:30 in the evening and I think we're probably still mid-20s temperature-wise. The amount of times I've climbed this hill in the past, it's never been as hot as this, particularly in the evening. I've only really experienced these temperatures when I've been on holiday. Good thing about being on holiday is it's expected there. You can cool off in the swimming pool. Here, we just don't have the infrastructure for it. We don't have air conditioning. We have outdoor swimming pools. It's just a nightmare. Being in Scotland is kind of a blessed relief, to be honest, because looking at the temperatures elsewhere, down south, upwards of 40 degrees. And that's just unbearable.
Scotland recorded its highest ever temperature today of 35.1 degrees in the Scottish borders. Cooler than both England and Wales, but higher than Northern Ireland. It reads like a typical Six Nations Championship table, with Scotland doing just enough to avoid the wooden spoon. In all seriousness, today has felt like a warning. Temperatures across the UK have been broken, not just by a little, but by a significant amount. Earth is getting hotter, and today is proof that we need to do far more to tackle global warming.
It's about 45 minutes until sunset. Looking at the position of the sun and the clouds, we may yet get a nice sunset. I think it would only be fitting for the hottest day in Scotland's history to be rewarded with a nice sunset, but there's no guarantees.
And there was my fifth and final lesson from the day. An exceptionally hot and sunny day does not guarantee a sensational sunset.
If you're new to the channel, my name is Rich. I'm a filmmaker based in Edinburgh, and I make videos about the things which make me feel happier. Now, if that sounds a little bit strange, when I turned 40 years old, I realised that I needed to take responsibility for my own happiness because nobody else was going to do it for me. So now I share my own experiences with the aim of positively impacting other people. If that sounds of interest to you, then please do hit the subscribe button. And if you do that, I will see you in the next video.